Everybody go to Smash's room and tell them to come to mine. We don't gotta listen to the guy that cannot eat. And he likes to talk about Cheetos. He's not even able to eat Cheetos. He likes to talk about people eating Cheetos tomorrow. Too much. He can't even eat Cheetos. Which is probably why he's mad. He's probably mad that he's not able to eat Cheetos and other people can. Because he's got like one tooth. And be eating those Cheetos like this. Go to the bathroom. Everybody go to Smashes and say, join my live. I don't mute or block like they do. And I don't charge money for people to be in boxes or not. And the FM man is not allowed. So ain't nobody got to worry about him coming into the channel.
I would not outlook.
Since Smash didn't want to box me, they were speaking on me. Well, now Smash, I'm going to speak on you, and it's going to be bad. It's going to be bad. You're going to be implicated in things. And CPS might be coming to your house now. Just saying.
She said it in the chat, and I took notes of it when she said it. Why? Who is Elroy Jetson? Why do you?
And yes, when I do it, it'll be done on live.
Where is Elroy mentioned?
In the notes, and Grandma M down in the comments, but you told me to go look and my scroll button worked. She clearly said Elroy Jetson, and then you tried to deflect onto, oh, it's not there. See, look, it's not there. But you knew it was Elroy Jetson the whole time.
No, the fuck they didn't.
Oh my God, why are they listening to that man? Tell them to come over here. The dude's just a bastion of misinformation. He literally uses his receipts as AI. Everybody, go into that channel and tell them to join mine. They could all be blocked. All their information is AI.
I do, okay, so I do have...
They're all AI.
A message, or a screenshot, rather. Is that a screenshot?
Yes, that's a screenshot.
And then underneath of it is the text. That info was given by Elroy Jetson and favorited right in the open chat. Tina.
And that was from Grandma M.
Okay, but where is anywhere there a message?
Have you ever listened to Grandma M or messaged her or talked to her?
No, as you literally see, that was the only message.
She's talked to you before. She's attempted to talk to you before.
I don't know who Elroy is.
Grandma, and then I said, Regina, why was that TikTok made on me? You didn't know behind the scenes Sheila manipulated her?
I highly doubt it, but...
I don't.
Hey, Regina, now is my time because you don't know what happened in that fake...
Look how she boxes everybody else. She boxes the man with no teeth. He likes to talk about Cheetos and people eating too many Cheetos when he legit can't even eat Cheetos. He can't even eat them, or his mouth is going to be tore up.
Everybody knew that Sheila went to a new place.
Just saying. He can't eat Cheetos physically.
Questions because when you're in a Discord, it's kind of funny that every day you chat and Sheila tells you where you're going that night. Then over time...
Can anybody ask me why that man's got a woman's profile picture that is not him?
And B. Benny always had
Is anybody asking him whose profile picture is he using?
behind the
Is he using another deceased person?
because Sheila never liked me. It's annoying.
Whose picture is he using?
And there's people that have said this. What it was I had a really good intuition, and it came true. The more that I seeked out, like, hey, where are you guys? What's going on? Everybody acted like they were busy, but really they were talking behind the scenes. And you support that? You support people
How the fuck am I
How are they talking about support when they got that man sitting in the box?
back
Sorry, Grandma, you can't speak when you're sitting in a box with that guy that's above you
when I don't
with a female's picture.
know that Sheila. I'm not in no group chats with Sheila.
Like, how are you gonna talk?
I'm telling you what happened to me, and you should listen, because you sure cradle a lot of people that have done a lot of shit, and I never...
Look, and while they're sitting with the man that uses deceased people as collateral.
And now
Do you think that it was maybe your
you're right
reckless
out there in the
talking?
comments. You're right in the comments with
Do you-
all the people, with Ebony and Sheila's nasty... that was talking. It was standing up for Sheila because she was so scared that
I'm talking about that
people
people
were
that
going to show up at her house. No,
Hey,
what?
Grandma, may I say something real quick? You know who Elroy Jetson is, Regina, because they commented on your videos.
Oh, cool.
They also posted the same information on Reddit, and it happens to be Myrna.
Holy shit.
So you know who Elroy Jetson is. I don't know why you just denied it. That's why you protect.
I am not deflecting. Elroy was not mentioned in the original message. So I wasn't deflecting. I was pointing out that wasn't even addressed. I don't know. Grandma M didn't tell me who said the information. So again, stop trying to manipulate what I said and or thought.
No,
of
you
it.
should have never stood up for your friend and done a TikTok on me is what it comes down to. Because those people have treated me like shit, and I never did anything for them. And Sweet Cheeks down in the comments, do you want a receipt? Because I can show you how B. Benny says, oh, Grandma, we're supposed to be nice to Florida man so that we can get the information on Kiki. And all you blind followers that think that she was being harassed by Kiki, no, Sheila is harassing them. Sheila is harassing them. There's no way.
Yes, I do have receipts on that, honestly, but we're not here for Kiki. I think Grandma
And
was
when
just...
I was in that chat that night, all I did was go over to say hi to my friend. I wasn't part of any Jess or anything, 'cause I don't even know Jess. So I go in there and I say hi, and at the top of my screen I'm getting messages from Discord from Sheila saying, Grandma, don't talk about Kiki. In the box, somebody said, who is Kiki? And all I said was, oh, we don't say that name, otherwise she'll appear. So who is Sheila to control when I talk and how I talk and who I talk to? Oh my God, Tina, before you make a TikTok, you need to have facts. You need to have
That's
facts.
definitely not what you said.
No, it was all to try to protect Sheila. This is
That's your
all that was
perception, but
done.
that's not what you said in that live.
Jenny, Brittany, you're a piece of shit. Like, you mean nothing to me. Leave me the fuck alone.
Nobody is even...
It is Breezy. Let's invite them.
Piece of shit.
It is Breezy. Florida man's a good person. Did they know that I called the FBI and they are in the Discord?
If it was between
Florida man, do you know that the FBI is in your Discord right now?
runs down to 36.
They are documenting everything in your Discord. Let's see if you wipe your Discord.
I'm gonna go...
Let's see if your Discord is wiped. Because I will tell you right now that the FBI is 100% in your Discord.
was before you quote-unquote called Sheila out.
Why don't you call Sheila? Why don't
You were talking shit, so maybe the people that like Sheila unfollowed you. That's what I would say.
Why don't we get the truth of Sheila though? Because she was nothing but a manipulator. Oh,
I've seen the receipts of Sheila
I
micromanaging.
have
What?
all the receipts, Regina.
And I will be calling the FBI tomorrow on live to do a follow-up. Let's see if I'm lying. Let's see if I'm lying. Let's see if I'm lying. Let's see if that Discord goes.
There's a couple other ones random that I don't know that I've just seen that have videos on Grandma M. I've seen them myself and I've screenshotted them too. So she's actually being honest.
I don't think
Like, where did
it's
that
not
come
actually
from?
though. In the video, I played the clip of Grandma M speaking in that live. So if people unfollowed her after that, it had nothing to do with
Oh, no. When Sheila... Okay, so Jerry's backyard, I'm in the chat one night, and they're talking about favorited, and Jerry's backyard says, I have no idea what favorited is. And then
People don't.
Oh, I thought you
So people don't think I'm lying.
favorited. The next morning I woke up and there's a TikTok from Pete Benny. There's another one made about I'm nothing but a liar. You guys really need to know who you pick on because I did nothing to Sheila and Sheila had told me since I have left. Sheila never liked me. So,
So, and I'll be calling the FBI on live tomorrow. So tell them to come join my stream. Well, you're getting real information. Unlike Florida Man's AI. He doesn't understand that FBI are already in his Discord. They're already collecting information.
Don't speak on that because you might, make me have to, change my narrative a little bit. That's what it comes off as. Grandma M should be able to say what she wants, where she wants, and how she wants, and nobody should be concerned about it because if she is being honest with what she's seen and what she says, she should be able to...
Yeah, because what Grandma says, because Grandma says it, it's true. Just by her words alone makes it true. What Grandma says, or whatever he's saying her name is, because she said it, it's true. The only one that showed a receipt today was me. This whole Live and Smashes thing was literally, there was not one shred of evidence shown. Not one receipt. It was just a guy with no teeth that talks about Cheetos that's not even able to consume Cheetos. Nobody showed any receipts of anything. They just said, yeah, I got this. I just showed you that I called the FBI. And I'm going to call them on live tomorrow. I'm going to call them on live tomorrow. And follow up and see if they got the information on the Discord.
Oh, and hey, Regina, Moon did give all of your information to Bougie. That's where it came from.
Okay.
Oh no. I don't know. Afternoon probably, 1 o'clock. 1:30. And yes, Chicago. I'm going to be calling the Chicago FBI.
Or not?
What?
Because it had nothing to do with you sticking up for yourself.
Huh? The fuck? What are you talking about?
Was
I've been raising her daughters the past 2 years.
the live that you were in when you were
I
talking shit?
wasn't there for
I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm not here to talk about who's raising whose kids. I'm talking about the nonsense of people literally showing no receipts. Nobody's showing any receipts. They're just talking and saying, yeah, I said this, so it's true. Yeah, believe me, because I have this. Yeah, I have this because I said so.
It was you yourself.
So everybody come to my stream where everybody actually has freedom, except the man that's going to be having some problems with the FBI. So even if I have trouble with the FBI, I don't care. He's going to have more trouble with the FBI. And we're going to be in the same cell. We're going to be in the same place. Who do you think's going to fare better? Who do you think's going to fare better? When we in Cook County and I disclose certain information, who do you think's going to fare better in the county? Sir, when I disclose my information of who I am, when we in county in the bullpen and using the bullpen, and I lay that info down on who you is and who I am, who do you think is going to fare better in county? Sir, I guarantee you it's not going to be you. And technically, I could have you put into a whole op cell if I wanted. I could have you put into an op cell where you don't want to go. Yeah, I have no idea what that person's taught about. I'm not here to talk about him. I don't even know what they're talking about. I'm here about what Retina's saying, and they're not allowing this dude in the box that says he's some kind of moral Baskin that literally has got an FBI case on him. They're in his Discord. They're already downloading it. They're already looking at it. And when the police call me back, I'll be doing that on live too. Maybe. I might, depending on what information's got to be disclosed. Here, let me just show a little bit of proof. Let me just play a little bit of something. Hold on. Let me mute. Let me rewind it.
Hey, Michael, this is Officer White from Sherman Police. Just trying to follow up with you regarding a previous conversation. When you get a chance, give me a call. 847.
So that's the police officer's phone call, and I just showed you the FBI documentation. I just got to call them back tomorrow. No, I'm here to let Retina speak. I'm literally here to let Retina speak and block any of those people in there that are just spitting nonsense and not letting anybody speak, and just get out of here, miss. You go have another, you know what, on me. Miz gonna come in here and talk. And hopefully Snark doesn't want to open her mouth on me either, because I'll also call the FBI on her too. And the Federal Trade Commission. So don't mention my name no more, Snark. Why what? Because I can. Because I can. They're going to speak on me, and they're not going to show up. I'll call the FBI on them. They're doing weird shit, saying shit on me, and they're not coming around to meet me. I'm going to get them locked up, or try to. They don't get to go walking around doing illegal things with no repercussion. I offered a way to do it without that. They didn't take it. Hell yeah. Snark talks on me all the time. She's been talking about me for since 3 days ago or 2 days ago. She was speaking on me, saying that I called the IRS or something on her. No, I didn't. If I didn't do it on live, I didn't do it. Proof that this is, it's not vindictive. Literally, open your ears. I just said, if they think they're going to do illegal things and they don't want to handle it mano a mano, I will take it legal. I've told the police that. Well, do you think I didn't tell them that? I told them. They give me no option. I gave them options to where we could do this mano a mano, or I'm going to go legal so where they can't. The FBI recorded it. I don't care. The police recorded it. It's not vindictive. I gave them an option. We could either do this civilly or we could take it. I mean, we could do this mano a mano behind the scenes, or we could take it legally. That's literally what you do. It's literally what you do. It's literally how you handle it. You either deal with them. They laughed at me. That's why they called me back. They laughed at me. That's why they called me back. Okay. Okay. You're welcome. And now you're blocked. I guess you won't see it tomorrow when I'm calling them. Like I care. I done told the police. I've told the police these are it's not a waste of resources. They're threatening me and they're making up lies and speaking my name. Don't tell me what a waste of resource is. Here, watch. Watch this. Here, watch this. This is for Venezuela. This is for Venezuela. This is a waste of resource. This is wasting resources. Don't get mad that I'm wasting resources. I paid for them. I can do what I want with them. Don't forget, the police are tax-paid funded. They're tax-funded. They're tax-funded. These are what this man's receipts are. These are what that man's receipts are. This is what they're worth. And I bet she's big bad because he's like, I don't even have any of that right now. Now you guys could say I wasted resources. Now I wasted resources. So we got that out of the way. Now that I actually wasted resources. You all gonna tell me what a resource is. You're gonna tell me what resources I could waste and what I consider a resource that might not be a resource to you. You're gonna tell me. You're gonna dictate what's a resource to me. Yeah, okay. Okay. I don't know if you didn't know, but we live in America.
No, I didn't.
I'm not sure if you know, but we live in America. You don't dictate what's a resource for you and what's me. What's a resource for you might be absolutely meaningless to me. Unless you're like talking like oil or something. That is a resource. That is an actual resource, like oil or something like that, and that's a resource. Calling the police that are literally there for the reason is not a waste of resource. It's what they're there for. Oh no, that wasn't false. No, whatever happened today and what that person said, somebody else made another false call. Somebody made a false call. That was not me, and I guess we'll find that out if the cops come. As if you think that wasn't recorded. You think I didn't record it? You think I didn't record it? I used my real number. So it's going to be pretty easy to know that it wasn't me that gave that information, because I literally recorded it, and so did they. Somebody else did. I guess somebody did. If that was, first of all, prove to me that it was CPS that came. Prove to me CPS came. Prove to me. That was over a week ago. From the looks of it, they gave names that weren't discussed, almost like somebody made the call today and they came over emergency, or it was completely fake. Okay, let's get that fake. Open up your minds. How could they name names that I never mentioned? How could they name names that I never mentioned because I did it on live? How can they name names that I didn't know? So they either got more phone calls or it was not CPS. How did she know it was CPS at the door before she went to the door? So maybe she was cosplaying again. Exactly. That's the problem. I gave her direct name. She didn't give their name. I recorded that. They came up with some nonsense name that nobody knew. That nobody knew. Prove to me that that was CPS that came, or they just didn't take my phone call and document it. Or maybe it was arranged. Maybe she knew that they were coming. Maybe they called them and that lady knew they were coming and she pretended like it was spontaneous because she's a role player and a scammer and a bad parent. Sorry. That's why she was called. She's doing weird stuff. I didn't make up no lies about people using, those things never came out of my mouth, ever. I wouldn't make up lies. Because I felt the child was in danger. It's what the police told me to do. Were you here when the police were here? Were you here when the police were here? Did you hear what they said? They said, don't call us for that. That's got nothing to do with us. CPS got some more authority. They got more powers to investigate things like that. So I did what they told me to do, finally, after seeing enough. When they admitted that they were doing that with a child around them. I don't care if you don't think it's abuse. What you think is abuse and neglect might not meet the criteria of what I think it is. We grow up in different areas. Our mindsets are not the same. You might think it's perfect. You might watch rated R movies, and I would completely think that's obscene. Maybe I only watch PG-13. Difference. You watch rated R, I don't. Does that make you right and me wrong? No. Difference of opinion. Difference of opinion. I don't know who it was. Whoever it was, they lied, or somebody else called, because I never mentioned anything. I did it on live. I did it on live. I didn't make up no lies. I said I didn't know if there's anything going on, except what I heard her say on herself, and she admits that she discusses and does everything in front of her child. And I think that is neglect. You all know CPS is not just for... You all know CPS is not just there for doing this to a kid or something. You all know that, right? CPS also comes if you leave your kid at home and you want to go out to the club. Nothing. You didn't do nothing to that kid. You didn't do nothing. You didn't lay no hands on them. That is also CPS case. Just because you left that at home. You might not think it is. I think it's bad. It's just as bad as if you did that. Because you don't know what could have happened. I don't know how old they are. I believe she was babysitting also. I believe she was babysitting. That's my belief, that she was babysitting an infant. I'm pretty sure she was babysitting an infant also. The legal age? I think the legal age is like, over here is like 14. No. I don't work with anybody. I'll either handle it myself, or I'll call the police, or I'll call the FBI. And if I had kids here talking the way I talked, and doing some of the actions I did, I would hope somebody would like call and like, yeah, I don't think kids should be hearing that kind of stuff. I would hope so, or you're doing a disservice. Oh my God, get the fuck out of here with this fucking misinformation. Oh my God, what these fucking nonsense. Okay, I'm served with papers, yet I'm talking. You can't be more stupid than that. You can't. You're blocked just because you can't spell. You're blocked because you can't spell. Anybody else? You're going to come in here, type, spell correctly. Spell correctly, yes, that's enough to get blocked over here. She says I called on her. She says I was calling Social Security or something on her. I mean, now that she's saying that, I might just do that. Because I believe she's collecting money on Cash App while she's on getting disability income, which you're not allowed to do. Now I might do that. Since she wants to put the blame on me for it, like, I might just do it now. I might just do it. And when I do it, it's going to be on live. I'm not going to do it behind the scenes. I'm just going to stream and do it. And I don't think I could call because I don't even know her fucking name. I mean, just call CPS and see what it says. Don't take my word for it. You don't even have to make a report. Just read the message. As long as you're doing it in good faith, it don't even have to be happening. As long as you do it in good faith, there are no charges that could be brought. Nothing. There's nothing they could do. There is nothing they could do. And I 100% did it in good faith. From what I was seeing, and knowing she said she does everything in front of her child, and even has her child getting involved with adult things, I 100% believe it was necessary. Do. In good faith. 100%. 100% believe it. I didn't do it for no reason. You might not agree with it. I mean, some people don't like it. They don't like the CPS. I don't have that same mentality. They're one of the only protections we have for children. I think people don't call enough. I don't think people call enough. They want to do this. They want to do this. They want to tell you to do this. Don't say nothing. It's embarrassing. Don't say nothing. It's embarrassing. People will talk about you. There's too much of this. It's not relevant if I'm a parent. When you see children or something around me and I'm talking like that, then it should be relevant to you. Until then, it's not really your business. It's not your business if I have children or don't have children until I'm acting in a manner that is unsafe for children, or that you would think what you would think, not what I think, in your opinion of what's acceptable. I'm not going to dictate what you think is acceptable to call CPS. I don't even know I want Bernadette. I don't even think I wanted your information. I don't even know what that was for. Sorry that Mittens just gave me your information. The only information I offered for legal action was for Wasty Casey. And they live in another country and they never proved it was them. So there's nothing I could do with that information. There's nothing I could do with it. That's why they are not getting no money. If they want that money, Mittens, come to Schaumburg, Illinois and collect it. I'll hand it to you in person. You can bring your boyfriend. Bring your boyfriend and I'll hand it to you in person. Well, I'll have the 500 on me. I won't necessarily hand it to you though. You might have to take it from me. Or try to. I don't even remember what your info. I think she just gave me your information, to be honest with you. I have no idea why she gave me her information. I don't remember. She didn't just give me your information. Oh, I think I was joking. I think I was joking one day when you said you were doing surgery and then you was dancing. I was like, what is she dancing? Where is she doing this two-step? I want to call. I want to call. She sees she's doing the two-step. If she actually going to the club. Or is she just bullshitting? Soon enough, this Mittens is already DMing me your information. She's DMing me the freaking bar that you go to. I'm like, what the fuck? And I don't even think I offered money. I just said I want to call and see if she's two-stepping there. I'm not sure I offered money for you. I did offer money for Wasty Casey. I couldn't prove it. So, deal void. She gave me a name of a clip of someone in Canada. How the fuck does that prove anything? I said I needed pictures and everything. I need to know this is them so I can pursue legal actions. She didn't do that, so I don't know if that's that person. Evidently it is. People are saying that it is them. Well, it was Mittens that did it. Mittens that did it. Just disclosing more lies about the man that talks about Cheetos, but unable to eat Cheetos himself. Ironically, he's obsessed with talking about Cheetos, and he's not even able to eat Cheetos. His mouth would be bleeding profusely because he's got no teeth. He don't even have dentures. So he can't even eat Cheetos. I think that's why he's mad. He's like, damn, that girl eating Cheetos. I'm going to make Cheeto memes because I can't eat them. I think I was joking. I think you were, because I don't know. I really don't get the recording of what it was for. What business was it? What business what business of yours that I wanted to know? Like, you were acting pretty like disabled the night before, and then like 7 hours later, you saying you go into the club. Like, I wanted to see if he was actually there. Sorry. Like, is this lady actually dancing? When she just had surgery on her back, on her spine? Are you obsessed with calling CPS because that you can't even have? I could have children. You're getting blocked. Prove to me, show me a receipt where I can't have children. Holy fuck. Anybody that comes up with nonsense, you have to have a receipt. You just can't come in here saying something. Like, if you have a receipt, then it's acceptable. You just can't come in here saying you can't have children. I absolutely could have children. I could have children. If, trust me, everything's working. Everything is way A-okay over there. It's A-okay. Yeah, my job is going after people that complain about Cheetos but can't eat them themselves. That is my job. My job is for the people. I'm a person for the people. And people that can't stick up for themselves or fear. But Casey Anthony had children. Does that make her a good mom? Yeah. She's actually had, and she wasn't convicted. Just saying. Go hit her up. Go hit her up. Go friend request her. Shane did nothing wrong according to the law. You want to talk about people with this record and that record? Casey Anthony, according to the law and everything, she did nothing wrong. Or now you're just going to use your own opinion. You're going to use your own opinion like you're saying that I can't do. I'm not allowed to do it. I'm not allowed to do it. I can't, but you can. I'm not. Casey Anthony's better than me. Casey, you're getting blocked. Just get everybody's friend request this person. They just said Casey Anthony that unalived their kid by not acknowledging and delaying, and they said they're better. Woo! Woo! These are the guy that can't eat Cheetos people. Now you know why he does what he does. The guy that can't eat Cheetos, that talks about Cheetos and is unable to eat them himself. In fact, tomorrow I might get Cheetos just to eat them because it's going to get him mad. He's not able to. I swear, I'm telling you, I think I'm going to go get me a bag of Cheetos. Like I'm going to get the crunchy ones, not the puffies. I'm not going to get the puffs. I'm going to get the crunches. Just so they could get mad knowing that they can't eat them. I mean, would I be a good parent? Yeah, I don't know. I talk pretty bad. I mean, I would have to walk out of the room. I got a foul mouth. Definitely wouldn't want to say some of the things I want in front of a kid. So, I don't know. Besides that, maybe part-time parent. Like if it was like a 50-50 and you keep them, and only like days that I wasn't doing like TikTok or something like that, or doing walks. Good. Other than that, yeah, no, I cuss like a sailor. Not good. It's not good. I think cussing in front of children is neglect to me. Sorry. I mean, call it weird. I think even swearing vulgar language is abuse. I don't care if you don't believe it. To me, it is. To me, it is. You don't have to believe it. I'm not telling you. To me, it is, yes. If you talk the way I talk and I'm around the children, I would expect people to call CPS on me. Absolutely. If you didn't, I would consider you a bad citizen, a bad human. I would think you're a bad human. If you've seen some of the things I said, and you wouldn't call CPS, you are a bad human being. Sorry. My opinion. You don't have to have my opinion. I would absolutely expect you to call. Unequivocally. 10 toes down on it. I've said some vile things And language, even certain languages, are very damaging to children. Do you guys not know this? Y'all think that just certain abuse is bad for a child? Really? 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 That's all you guys think? You've been indoctrinated that bad for whatever school you went to? That is literally just two forms of abuse, physical, and you know what? That's the only abuse you think that fucks up a kid? What about a racist parent? What about a racist parent? Should they not have CPS called on them when they're teaching their offspring to also have the same beliefs of them that corrodes society as a whole? That is actually detrimental to the world? That's not a reason to call? Because it's legal, right? It's not necessarily illegal. Some people, the racists, say it's not illegal to be racist. That deems it okay not to call CPS when you literally hear them doing stuff that is detrimental to that kid's mind. Mental abuse is not a thing? I guess mental abuse is not a thing. So why is everybody on here talking then? Why is everybody in here on yapping and complaining? Because most of it is just people yapping. You said this to me. Becky said this about me. Jimmy said this to me. Mike said this to me. That is literally just talking. It's literally just talking. And we're adults. We're adults. So you think doing that in front of children is okay? Yeah, no, I'm sorry. I guess we got different moral standards. You don't have the same morals that I do. You don't have the same beliefs that I do. You don't have the same morals. But you're not going to tell me what my morals are. Sometimes they don't. That's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. Sometimes they don't help. What other option do we have? Turn the other cheek? What other option do we have? If it's a repeated cycle, we're talking at least over a year and a half. The person that you're talking about has been doing this well over a year and repeatedly every day says that I will do and watch and say anything I want right in front of my children. I have that on recording. I have that. So what do? Turn the other cheek? You wait till something happens to call, like the police. You wait for something bad to happen, and then you call. Let's wait till the guy that goes into the school and does that and instead of calling on the guy, no, she's not. No, she's not. No, you're wrong. No, not in my opinion. No, she's not. No, a good mother wouldn't discuss the things that she's talking for her child. When you're a parent, you no longer think for you. You think for your child. What's going to be best for your child and their upbringing? What environment am I bringing for my child? Sorry, that's not a good parent. If you think it's a good parent to discuss the stuff that she does, and you know damn well the child's right there, you know damn well the child's right there, and she's doing this vulgar, showing deceased relatives, pretending they're deceased, and saying that it's okay to be racist, it's not illegal, and talking about all kind of other stuff and chickens. If you think that's okay, there's something wrong with you. Something wrong with you. She literally talks about sticking things in someone, and you think that's okay in front of children. You think that's okay. You're weird. You're weird. You're weird. I think it should be more than an SPS case. I think it should be jail time. I think she should do jail time. If you're talking about putting certain things in certain places in front of your underage child, I think you should be put in jail. I don't care. It's a minor. If they are not 18 and over, they are a minor. 18 and up. 18 and up. Anything below 18 is a minor. She read books. What are you talking about? She read little children's books that looked like children's books, but they were just repurposed, re-imaged, and re-lettered with adult verbiage. Looked identical to the child's books that they mimicked. They looked identical to the child's book that they were mimicking when she used to call it adult time. Y'all remember that she used to call it adult time? She didn't call it morning time. She called it adult time, but when she was doing adult time, she let her child sit right by her when she was reading adult books. You think that's normal? Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think it is. I think it's disgusting. I think it's disgusting. I think it's abuse. I think it's neglect. You don't have to have that belief, but you're not going to tell me what my beliefs are. I think more people would agree with me than you. If we were to take a majority election, if this was some kind of election thing, I think I would be in the majority. And be like, yeah, that's disgusting. You shouldn't be doing that. So let's keep things in perspective. Stop saying she's a good mother when you all see the stuff that she does in front of her child and literally admits that she does it. She literally admits that she'll do and discuss anything. No matter what she's looking at, no matter what the subject is, she'll do it right in front of her child and does do it. And in fact, she does stand 10 toes down on that. She does do it. And if she wants to live like that, don't stream it. Don't stream it. Then nobody will say anything. Then that's in the privacy of their own home. When you do it in public, you no longer have that expectation of privacy. So people of different opinions and morals that see something like that don't grow up like you, and they see you doing that around a child, I don't call the police on that because I don't want them to ring a pew-pew. I'd rather have a therapist. I'd rather have a therapist that's trained to talking to children, as opposed to a guy with a pew-pew on the side of their hip. What do you think's more intimidating? Someone with a pew-pew, or some little nice lady that's dressed up in a suit that's just gonna have a talk with you? What do you think's more about? What do you think's the better option? Or just turn the other cheek? I'm going with the person with the suit, as opposed to the guy with clearly the pew-pew on the side of them. I don't know if you guys know about Chicago, but police over here have a tendency to use their pew-pews quite a bit. They use their pew-pews often. Lewis, and I never said that. Sorry, guys, I never said that stuff. I never said that stuff. If it was real, if that person was real that came to that house, which I don't believe it is. I don't believe it is. I don't believe it was them. Then it was someone else that called because I didn't say that language. I mean, I recorded it. I never say those languages. I told the truth. You might think it's a waste of resources, but I didn't lie, so it's not a waste of resources. I did it in good faith. I did it in good faith. Let me see. You guys want to hear the call where they're saying that I heard them in their stream saying, yeah, I heard them talking about, he said that they were talking about Uggs and stuff. Never came out of my mouth. Never came out of my mouth. I did say what she admitted to, that she admitted that she has DUIs and she drives. We've seen her drive on live with her kid. We've seen it. Don't deny that we haven't seen her drive with no license that she said she doesn't have. Don't try and tell me. We've seen it. She uses a green screen.
You recorded for quality assurance.
Just by what I see them doing. Let's see where the Uggs come in. Like that lady came up to the house said. And first of all, how did I even know the nickname of that kid? And why is that kid in her stream? You got to be 18 years old. Did you see the stuff that they were discussing? Discussing? That in itself is abuse to me. The stuff that they were talking about that day was absolutely disgusting to be having your child in that chat room moderating or saying something. Absolutely vile. Absolutely mental abuse. 100%, no doubt about it. Mental abuse.
Are busy taking other calls. Please remain on. Thank you for calling the Indiana Child Abuse and Neglect Hotline. My name is Caitlin. How may I help you?
Yeah, I'd like to call what I believe to be child neglect and child abuse. What I believe. I didn't say for a fact. What I believe under my moral compass, what I see them streaming for the past year and what I see them doing, it's my belief in good faith.
You want to provide your name for the report?
No, I want to remain anonymous.
Right, and the name of the child you're calling about today?
I'm calling about, I just know the parent's name. Hold on. So how come that person came up and gave a nickname? As if I didn't hear. How come that person came right after they typed it in the chat room? How come 10 minutes later, ironically, she says, so somebody knocks at the door. She says, I bet you that's CPS. And then she goes to the door and she says, hey, CPS. She never showed it was CPS. She never showed. So unless it was a setup interview and she knew they were coming and she already planned it to manipulate in the chat, she manipulated to show her kids' name, which is abuse also. When she's discussing the stuff she's discussed, does she think she's not going to make enemies? And she's literally showing her child's name. This is my child. Pin her comment. This is my underage child. It's what I recorded. That is neglect to me. Sorry, that's neglect. When you literally admit and you pin and say, this is my underage kid's comment after the chat room that you were having that was absolutely vile, that is neglect. That's neglect to me. Just cause for CPS to investigate. Just cause. It is. To me, it is. And then I'm on mute. So I don't know how they said they recorded me saying anything. This is me giving them information. So I don't know where they got the Uggs and everything from. Like that lady said, I don't know where they got the nickname. I didn't know what their nickname was. Until that CPS worker said it. Until the CPS worker said it, ironically. 10 minutes later. Suppose CPS. I would like to see receipts that it was CPS. Or do I have to do a follow-up? Do I have to call a follow-up? Is that what y'all want me to do? Y'all want me to do a follow-up and see if they did anything and went out? No, that would be bad then, right? That would be bad to get that receipt, right? Oh, no, I don't want you to do that. Because I will. I'll do a follow-up. Still on mute. Still on mute. Did you guys hear anything about Uggs or anything? You guys hear anything about Uggs? No, it wasn't them either. No. I have my opinions on who it was. It was either fake. I'll give you my opinion. It was either fake, they didn't come, or it was someone that can't eat Cheetos. It was someone that's not able to eat Cheetos. Though those are my opinions. Someone that is not able to eat Cheetos, that talks about Cheetos all day, or it was fake and they never actually came to the house and they made it all up. Obviously, I'm not going to release information. I'm muted. I'm not going to release their information. No, I'm not going to follow up call. I'm not even sure they would give me information on that. I've dealt with CPS. I don't even think they would. I don't even think they would give me information on it. They're going to say it is no longer in your hand, it is no longer up to you, sir. We can't give you information on that. It'd be illegal for them to do that, like a serious crime. I think it's deemed at least necessary to make a look over there, because the stuff they're showing deceased people online. Not a lie. On her picture with her kids in the area. They're telling people to pull up to their house that they believe is dangerous. Not a lie. So if you believe people are dangerous, why are you telling people to come to your house when she says they know her address? Not a lie. Even that in of itself is dangerous.
And I'm so sorry. Tell me again what it is she's doing.
She's showing deceased people, better people on the internet. She's watching disgusting videos with the child right next to her. She's saying disgusting, threatening things with the child right next to her. Says she doesn't care. She's a known racist. Not a lie. And she teaches her kid to also say this. Not a lie. We've all heard it. We've all heard the kids say the same stuff. And like I said, I don't know if I can't say if anything physical is going on, but there is definitely mental abuse going on. And not a lie. And she admits to driving with no license with her kid in the car. Not a lie. That in of itself is dangerous. She admits she has no license and she drives. Not a lie.
All right. Any other concerns?
That's it. I think this has really got to be looked at, and I will follow it up with the police in that city.
And then any safety concerns in the home that you're aware of, such as dangerous animals or contagious diseases?
I believe they got animals, and I believe they clout the Second Amendment. So I believe they are armed. I believe.
Any domestic violence concerns?
Yes. The husband's got a domestic battery charge. And I believe it. I've seen it. 2016. She said it herself. That he does. She's got DUIs. Suspended license, currently.
All right, we'll go ahead and get this sent on to the county, and then if you have additional concerns or if you get any other information, you can definitely give us a call back at any time.
Thank you, and I'll be following this up with their local police department also.
Absolutely. We'll go ahead and get this sent through, and if you need anything else, just give us a call, okay?
Thank you. Please keep an eye. I very much feel concerned for what's going on. Did you not hear what I told them? I don't have to admit nothing. I just played the tape of what I called. I don't have to say anything to you. I literally just showed you the phone call of what I called for. I don't have to explain anything. I just played it. If you didn't screen record it, that's your own problem. That's a you problem. I just called and played the recording of why I called. She's been doing this for a long time, and people have been turning the other cheek. Now, when she started putting deceased people, yes, that drew the line. Like, who knows what else? To me, I'm thinking, what else are they doing then? They're doing deceased role playing. That's too far. Yes, it was deemed worthy of a call. Yes, that was drawing the line. Absolutely, that's the point to where it came that there is absolutely mental abuse if you're doing that in front of your children. Yes. Oh, I would have done it with any children. I would have done it. I would have done it to anybody. If they were doing that to anybody's talking about anybody, I would have called. If they were talking about your deceased relatives, I would have done the same thing if I was listening to it. I would have done the exact same thing. It just happened to be mine that they were talking about. But I would have done it on anybody. Anybody. Yeah, you can't do that. Sorry, guys. Sorry, be better parents. Be better parents, and that won't happen to you. Well, is it 3 days? I don't know if it was 3 days. I don't know if they would or wouldn't. At least it's documented. At least it's documented. And then later on, if something happens, they can't say, well, fuck, why did anybody call? That won't be on my conscience. That's not going to be on my conscience. And when it's all on the news, how come nobody called? How come nobody called? Why didn't anybody call? We knew about this. Why didn't anybody say anything? Yeah, you ain't going to hear that from me. I'm like, yeah, I did. I did. I did. So if they don't deem anything as wrong, then there's nothing wrong. Stop telling people to be scared. Stop normalizing being scared of things and telling people to remain silent, to remain in quiet. That is enabling the wrong behavior when you're telling people not to call what you actually believe is abuse. Like, remember, you can't tell me what I think abuse is. You're not going to invalidate what I believe is abuse and what is actually mental abuse. You can't talk like that in front of a kid and not say that's not neglect. I mean, it's more disgusting to do that when they're a child. It's more disgusting to do that when they're a child. No, I got nothing. I don't have anything. Don't have anything on me. I mean, well, I obviously, the fuck am I saying? I obviously got a record, but everything has been adjudicated. I've already admitted all my charges. I admitted it all. They've all been adjudicated. Snark said that I called Social Security or something because somebody told her that I called. How the fuck would I call and I don't even know her name? What am I gonna? I'm gonna call tomorrow for fun and just say, do you guys know anybody by TikTok Street Snarks? See what they say. They're gonna fucking laugh at me. They're gonna fucking laugh. Like, who? Who? Do you know their Social Security number? Like, they're gonna say, do you know their Social Security number or anything? I don't know. I've never heard of a Let me type this in the computer. Nothing coming up, sir, of a TikTok Street Snark. So the thing, the audacity of her even proclaiming that I would do that when they know I'll do it on camera if I was going to do it. I don't even know that lady's name. Even if I didn't know her name, there's probably 100,000 of them. You would have to know their address or social security number. You just can't call and give a name because there's probably 100,000 of her names in this country alone. So it's pretty weird that she's bringing up my name, saying I'm calling when she's collecting cash apps. She's trying to invoke me and realizing that I'll actually call while she's collecting money on cash apps and cashing them out, but she's summoning my name. She's bringing up my name, knowing that I will call, and I'll do it on live. Like, does she want me to call on her and tell her that she's doing a fundraiser and collecting money on Cash App? I mean, if she wants me to do it, I will. I don't think she does. So she's better keep my name out of her mouth. Be pretty weird for her want that done. And just to let you know, Snark, that the awareness people, they don't like people doing fundraisers online when you're collecting disability. And you're doing it via Cash Apps also. I'm just saying. Just giving you a little bit of info. They don't like that. Some of them have a tendency to call CPS or Social Security on you. Yes, it was. Of course it was. What do you mean it wasn't? Sunshine. Why are you lying? Are you Sunshine, the fucking lady? Are you the lady with the mansion with no internet? Thanks for confirming even more of a scam. Thank you. Let me screenshot that. So she knows she's on disability, so she's using somebody else's Cash App. Sounds a little fishy to me. Let me screenshot that for future reference. So you're admitting that she knows she cannot use Cash App, so she's using somebody else's. You said it, not me. You said it. Whatever. She shouldn't have any payment apps and be collecting money. Disability, you're going to know that. And disability, going to see it. Is it in her bio? Is it in her bio? Why doesn't she use her own? It's not in her bio. So it's not in TikTok Street Snark's bio. Let's see. TikTok Street Art has nothing in her bio, huh? Well, let's take a look. Let's take a look. Why she got to GoFundMe? TikTok has she's got to GoFundMe. So far, I see a GoFundMe. She's got a GoFundMe on one. Just a GoFundMe. Has she been posting Cash Apps? What do you mean? So she has never posted a PayPal? Or did she just remove it when the heat was coming on? I mean, I'm going to find it. Did she remove it? It is my business. Yes, it is my business. Well, it's not my business. I don't really care. I'm not like awareness people. But awareness people, they like calling Social Security if you're doing fundraisers with Cash Apps in your bio. They like calling Social Security and tell them that you got Cash App and they're doing GoFundMe, and who knows if they're actually collecting the money for what they say. It's awareness people. Don't blame me. Does anybody know if Snark ever had PayPal or anything in her bio at any time? Because I don't see it in her bio. And why did she remove it? Why did she remove it? Did she know it was fishy? Did she know it was fishy? I mean, like, it's not like we can't find us. Somebody just said Retina had it. Somebody just said Retina had it.
This is the damage.
Let's see if Retina has it posted somewhere.
I say, nigga, I'm from the dirty south. With closed mouth, don't get fed.
So she had Venmo. So Sunflower, why are you saying they didn't have that? It's literally in her bio. She did have it. And Sunflower, your name doesn't start with P. Your name initials ain't PK, are they, or anything? Sunshine? Because this is a Venmo with somebody's name. No, there's not. You could explain. You could just type it. There's not. It's just a yes or no. Is this your Venmo? Is this your Venmo? Is this your Venmo, or was this Snark's Venmo? It's not your Venmo. So it was Snark's Venmo? So why are you saying she didn't use it? Okay, well, I got the semantics wrong. Fucking pay. She had a payment app. Who knows? Some people use CA, some people use Venmo. Same idea. It's the same genre. It's not like I'm naming a different species. I didn't attribute a human to a door. Same genre. CA, you understand? I didn't have to say Venmo. CA, it's the same thing. She had payment app. So she had a payment app. Everybody knows what I was talking about. I don't care. She's not allowed to do it. She's not allowed to do it. You're not allowed to collect money. Unfortunately, she does not have that legal right to collect money in her name to do that. She could volunteer time. She could volunteer time and help run it, but it is highly illegal to collect cash for that purpose. It's highly illegal. No. Do you want me to call Social Security tomorrow? You want me to call Social Security and ask them if you're on disability? Can you run fundraisers and collect money on payment apps? You want to see what they're going to say? They're going to say, yeah, they're going to deduct it from your check, or you might get taken off. You think they're going to say, yeah, you could collect unlimited money, sir? Yeah, it's fine. You know how long I've been doing this? They would absolutely cut your check. Absolutely. If it goes beyond 600 or something like that. I think 600 is the threshold. So now somebody just said it doesn't affect it. Somebody just said now you're worried about, so she knows she's doing something that is possibly illegal. So now you're worried that she's doing something possibly illegal. Is that why she took it out of her bio? Since she wanted to bring up my name. She wanted to bring up my name. So now you guys are saying that she might have possibly been doing something illegal, or still is, and she's using somebody else's Cash App. How you know that? How you know? How you know? Once you put the Cash App up on, how do you know Johnny that is over here is not sending money? Do you know if Johnny's sending money if you don't see Johnny sending money? How do you know? How do you know? Tell me how you know if I'm not giving somebody money right now. Do you know if I'm giving somebody money right now? Please explain. Do you know if I didn't just give somebody money? Knowing that I had payment apps in my thing, do you know if anybody sent me money or not? When you couldn't see it? No, you couldn't, can you? You couldn't see it, huh? So your logic is flawed. How do you know they're not getting money? How you know? You know how many people run fundraisers and say they ain't getting money, and then it turns out years later there are investigations for taking millions of dollars? How you know they're not getting it? How you know? Prove it. You can't. Once that's up there, there's no way to know how much they're getting. There's no way you can explain it. There is no way you can explain it. Nobody knows how much money people are sending to you. It is not possible for us to know that. You could delete your transactions. You might have multiple accounts you're sending to people. Who knows? Who knows? Once you open that Pandora's box, you wanted to play with Pandora's box. How does anybody know? No, you can't prove it. How? How can you prove it? How can you prove it? She has a non-disability? Then why would she worry if I was calling disability on her? Somebody just said they're worried about it affecting her benefits. Then why did they even bring me up? Why would it even be a notion in their brain? Why'd they bring my name up? Why the fuck would they care? Bullshit. I recorded her. I got her recording. There was multiple streams held on it where she was saying that I was calling and she believes she was accusing me. She was accusing me with no proof of doing it. I just don't have I don't know where it is in the recording. She accused me and I don't know whose stream it was. I don't remember whose stream, where somebody questions her, and she says, yeah, I'm accusing her for doing it. Why would she matter if she's not on disability? The fuck they gonna say? They're gonna say, who the fuck cares? You can make as much money as you want if you're working. You understand that, right? There's no limit. If she's not on any kind of fucking Social Security or anything, what the fuck would she? Why would she even worry about that? She could collect as much money as she wants as long as she's paying taxes. So why is it far that you wouldn't call? Because I would do it online. Why would I call if she's not on it? Why would I call if I'm not on it? Why would I call if she's not on it? That's why I don't understand you care so much. I don't care. She brought up my name. I couldn't give two shits. She brought up my name. I didn't bring up her name. She bringing up my name. So I have a habit of getting those receipts. She can accuse me of something, then I have a tendency that I'm more than likely going to give her a reason to accuse me of doing it. SSI is worse. Oh no. I don't know which one's worse. I think SSI is more strict. SSI is more strict than SSDI, I think. Because on SSDI, you could keep everything you always had before that. You could have been a multi-millionaire before you filed disability, and you get to keep that money. There's not an SSI. If you're a millionaire, you couldn't get SSI. You're screwed. They would take that money. So SSI is even more strict. Is that what she's on, SSI? So, Snart, do you want me to call the Federal Trade Commission, Homeland Security, on you tomorrow? Because you want to bring up my name? I mean, I already got the FBI. One guy called that I'm going to be making phone calls tomorrow on. You want me to call the Federal Trade Commission, Homeland Security, FBI, CIA, as if I care that I'm going to call them? Keep bringing up my name. There is an income limit. Assets, no. If you had it before you became disabled, you're good. There is absolutely a limit if you're on SSDI. Not regular SSI. Well, even then, I think there is. But after a certain point, they start deducting it from your SSI check, what you're making in excess of that. They'll take it out of your SSI check or Social Security check if you're not on SSDI. There is absolutely an limit you can make on SSDI. No, it's earned. It's earned, but there's still a limit. It's still a limit. It's disability that they limit to how much you can make. And once you go over that amount of money, trust me, I did the begging thing a long time and how much money that they made and what they were making. Once they go over that limit, all of a sudden their Section 8 housing that used to be like $50 a month is already going up to like $900 a month when it used to be like $50 a month. Absolutely affects it. Because they count that as income. They start deducting what you're getting and making you pay more. Of course there is. That's absurd to say there's no limit. Why wouldn't everybody just apply for SSDI? Fucking use common sense. Why wouldn't anybody just file for SSDI if you could make unlimited money? You could get SSDI and make unlimited money. Why wouldn't anybody just do that? Everybody in the world, in the country. So absurd. Of course there's a limit. Yeah, blind people get more. Blind people. And I think if you got other problems, I don't think there's any deduction. I don't think that's stipulated though. You might not find that on paper, but if you got certain things wrong with you, you get an unlimited. I don't care what they say. I pay rent here. Ain't nobody gonna tell me to go to bed when I'm paying rent. Nobody tells me to go to bed when I'm paying rent. I don't care what my neighbors say. They don't like it. They could call the police. I pay rent. Nobody telling me to do anything. At all. Nobody. Not even God himself. God himself won't tell me to do something. There's a difference between you and me. I'm not a sheep. I'm not a sheep. SSI and I don't know what the fuck that is. And food stamps and housing and put that to some kind of income from, huh? I mean, if you don't like the rules, get off of it. Get a job and make as much money as you want. There's an idea. There's an idea. If you don't like the limits set on it, get a job and make unlimited amounts of money and pay taxes on it. Who's asked, do you have any income, cash, anything on hand? Everything housing? Huh? The fuck? Who's asked you, do you have any income, cash? Yes, they do. They ask you that. Of course, the government programs ask you that. And they don't ask. They got access to your accounts. The fuck you mean? They don't ask. They have your accounts. I don't know how it works where you guys are, but if you're on any kind of program, federal program, they got your bank accounts. You have to give them your social security number. They have your bank account info and everything. They know every dime you're collecting. Unless it's not in your name. So if you're collecting in your name, you know when you're going to get a 1099. Yeah, they know. They know. That's why I laugh at people that think that they don't know. You really don't have to call unless you know that they're using someone else's name. Unless you know they're using, like somebody just admitted. Somebody just admitted that they're running a GoFundMe, and now I think they're on SSI, and they took that out of their name, and they're using someone else's card. That's sketch to me. Why did they do that? Why are they no longer using their information? It's a red flag. Why did she say she did? Why did she say she did? Literally, just somebody just said that she's going to lose her benefits. So you're saying she, and why are you saying her name? Is that Street Snart? Oh, so she's collecting. I mean, I called her, always knew her by. So what the fuck you mean? So she's collected under her earned income, right? A child doesn't have no history, so they can't earn SSDI. They have SSDI is earned income. So if the child's getting SSDI, that means they're getting it under her income, which you could do. Your children and or your whatever that's in your custody could get your benefits. Unless it's not SSDI. If it's just SSI, it's different. Then it could just be that individual. I'm wrong? You don't think your son could collect on your earned income? You're wrong. Sunshine, you're wrong. I believe I am far more knowledgeable on this matter than you. Your children could absolutely earn the income on your name, on your work history. Absolutely they can if they're dependent and they become disabled or ill and they're a minor. They 100% earned on your income. Don't tell me I'm wrong. I know what the hell I'm talking about. I'm talking about SSDI, not SSI. Don't tell me I'm wrong. I know for 100% certain fact I'm right. Not even a doubt in my mind. Their income, they get based on the parents or custodians' work history. You're wrong. SSDI is earned income. You can't get SSDI unless you have a history of working. It would be SSI. Stop trying to play me. Y'all, I'm far more knowledgeable than... I'm more knowledgeable. You can't get SSDI. And if you get an SSDI, it's under the custodian's or the parent's income on their work history. Obviously, the child never worked, so it wouldn't be their earned income. And I'm talking about SSDI, not supplemental income. So he's getting it under someone else's income then, unless they have worked in their past. So it's exactly what I just said. It's based on her work history. Literally, I just said that, and people are telling me I'm wrong. I just said it's her history that they're giving it to her. I literally just said that. And it's based on your income. Obviously, your infant's never worked. Yeah, I just said your kids could get SSDI, but it's based on your work history. It is. It is. Then it's not SSDI. Social Security disability income is based on your work history. It's the only way to get it. It's earned income. You could not have paid into it. If you never paid into it, you can't receive it. It's based off your work history that your people that are in your custody are receiving. I am. I think you had one too many. I am. And I'll prove it right now. Can you receive SSDI if you've never worked in your life? No, you cannot receive Social Security disability insurance benefits if you have never worked. SSDI program provides benefits to those who have work history and paid into Social Security systems through their wages. To qualify for SSDI, you have to earn enough work credits. So people, your children are getting their SSDI based on your work history, not theirs, because they never worked. Don't tell me I'm wrong. I'm far more educated than you. Sorry. And now we'll go to kids. Do kids get SSDI for their parents' work history? Yes, children can receive Social Security disability insurance benefits based on their parents' work history under certain circumstances. This is particularly true to disabled adult children who became disabled before the age of 22. Survivors is based on minors. That's not survivors benefits. It's not SSDI. So I don't know what the hell survivors benefits is. SSI is not SSDI. Stop confusing them. Anybody could receive SSI. It's supplemental security income. They're not the same things, guys. They're run by the same. They're both run by Social Security. They're just not out of the same funding. They're not the same. Anybody could receive SSI. Anyone, if you meet the criteria. SS survivors is still under the. It's still under the person that made more income. You understand it, right? I know what survivors benefits also. So let's say if you're married or whatever. Let's say I'm married and my wife made more money than me and we both retire. They're going to sacrifice mine and I'm just going to get my spouse's income because it was more than mine. I'm not going to receive mine. I'm going to have to drop one of them over a certain limit. That's usually how it works. If I made more money, then my spouse's would be theirs would be negative. It wouldn't matter because I'm already meeting. Mine's already more than it. They're not giving it both. Stop trying to play me for a fool. I'm more educated than you think. They're only giving you one. Survivor's benefit, they're going to give it to the people that had the highest income. Why did you just lie? That's not. What did I lie about? I didn't lie. I just read it. So you're saying I was that intelligent enough to read that whole paragraph in my mind. I just made that up on the spot. Well, thank you. I'll take that as a compliment. That you think my vocabulary just came up with all that paragraph in my head. Thank you. I'll take that as a compliment. You think I just made that up in my head? Like, I thank you. I'm flattered. But there is no way I can read any more than like 2 sentences. Like, look what I'm doing now without reading it. There's no way I'd be able to do that without seeing it. Which part do you want to see? Here's the child one. Here's the one based on child. Parents' work history. We could supplement parents with custodial. The person that's got the rights to the child or a disabled adult. There's that one. And now we'll go to this one. Yes, SSDI is for children under their parents' work history. SSDI is earned income. It's something you paid into. If you never paid into it, how can you receive it? That's why people that don't work don't get SSDI. They can never get SSDI because they never paid into it. They get SSI. See? However, there is another program, SSI. Nowhere right there said anything about parent income. Huh? I just showed you. Like, the fuck you mean, sunshine? Go. You need to go to bed. Seriously, you know what? You knocked one over too many Coors Lights or something. I literally just showed you it where the child's based on their parents' income. You didn't see nothing? Did anybody see anything? Sunshine said they didn't see anything. Let's see how bad Sunshine is right now. She said she didn't see no letters. Sunshine, please go to bed. Go take a nap. Sunshine, go take a nap. You're embarrassing. It's literally, I'm about to block you just so you don't embarrass yourself no more. You're embarrassing yourself. Everybody knows you can't collect this SSDI unless you've worked or you're collecting it under your parents' work history. Common knowledge. I had to block her, guys. She was embarrassing herself. Like, she couldn't even see letters. That's how bad she is. That's the lady that says she lives in a mansion with a fireplace. But for some reason, she never has internet. Like, if you that rich, have you ever heard of a mesh system? I got a 950 square foot apartment. I got a mesh system that covers 6,000 square feet. Just because. So she's telling me she's rich and she cannot afford a mesh system to go around the whole, every area of her house. So there is no weak spots. I mean, literally, when she streams, it's like she's in the forest. But remember, she's got a mansion with a fireplace. I don't care. It don't matter. If you're that rich, you can get internet. They got Starlink. Starlink, I see people in Alaska They literally live in the mountain and on a homestead. He lives on a mountain and a homestead in the middle of nothing on the top of a mountain. Well, I don't think he's actually in a mountain. He's just in a remote place. Got Starlink. Gets perfect reception. Perfect, unless there's like a bad weather. Then it's bad. They're on TikTok. They stream. They got home. There's a lot of them that got homesteads in very remote areas with Starlink, and it works. So if she's that rich, why don't she just provide herself with Starlink? She says she's rich. She's always clouding how rich she is. I think she said it earlier today. Well, I live in like a 6,000 square foot house with a fireplace. I have nothing to do all day. I got all the time. So I'm taking that as she thinks she's rich. But she has no internet. She has no internet. Maybe she should cut down on the square footage. Cut down on the square footage and move into a smaller house. So you got better internet. You're closer to the router. How do you get what? How do you get Starlink? Go in any fucking store. Pretty sure you could probably get it at Walmart or Best Buy. I think Amazon sells it. Fuck, TikTok Shop might sell it. You might even be able to get it on TikTok Shop, and then you just have to pay for the monthly, whatever the fuck it is, fee. But you will get perfect reception in almost everywhere. It's almost everywhere now. It's a good investment. If you live in a remote area with no connection, I think it's a good investment. Because these people are streaming in the middle of Alaska. Nothing for like 60 miles. There's not a tower in sight for like 60 or 100 miles. This guy said if he got hurt bad, if they got hurt bad on their homestead, they're done. I was watching their stream. I said, what do you do if you get sick? They said they're done. There's nothing they can do. It would take the helicopter over an hour to get there. So they hope nothing ever happens to them. But their internet is absolutely perfect. 1080p, completely fine. No lag whatsoever. Around everywhere. He could walk around his whole area and still has a connection. In the middle of Alaska on a homestead. That's how remote they are. You thinking the sunshine is that remote? Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think so. Where the helicopter wouldn't get to you in time? That they're gonna come and just it's gonna be a collection? They're just coming to collect something. They won't get to you in time. No, they're more. I don't even like RT. They're more remote than her. Far more remote than she is. These people literally live like 60, 70, 80 miles from the closest anything. A helicopter would take them well over an hour to get there. If the weather pro even allowed a helicopter to ride. So they said if anything happens, they get sick, a bad cut, they're probably done. They're probably done. The Starlink works. I mean, I've seen it. Yeah, it does work. I think it's expensive, though. I'm pretty sure it's pretty expensive. And you're not going to get like gigabit. You're not going to get a gigabit line. I think it's maybe... I think you might get 300 or 400 megabytes a second. But you're not getting no 4 or 5 gigabit lines or nothing like that. but it's going to be enough to stream. Yeah, you're not going to be downloading or watching 4K movies and gaming and shit. I don't even know what is the max bandwidth. I think it's only 500 megabits right now. They're trying to get up to a gigabit, but they ain't there yet. I was wrong. It's only 250. I was close. I said 300. I said 300. I was right. It's 250 megabits of download, 20 up for residential users. Some people could get 500 download on business plans. So I was right. I didn't even look. I was just right automatically. For a business plan, it's 500. But you wouldn't need that. To stream, 250 is absolutely plenty to stream. Plenty. Yeah, if you're into heavy gaming or something like that and using a lot of movies, but these homesteaders, they don't watch TV. They don't even have TVs in their home. They're just using their internet for emergency and to stream. They don't have no other contact with the world. They don't play games on their thing or nothing. It's all just to stream. And emergency calls for their families and stuff. It's sufficient. 250 is sufficient to do that. Not if you're a gamer, though. Take what you get. If you're going to live in a remote area, it's better than no internet. It's well than enough. 250 is far more than enough for online classes. Like, I think you could do that with dial-up. You could do that with a... You don't think people did home classes online and stuff like that and emails on dial-up? Even then, that was like 150 megabytes a second. That was like an email now. You know, like an email is like 50 megabytes. That's the max you could send, and that's like sent instantly. Dial-up was like that. And still where people were doing homework and writing letters and shit. I'm just telling you, it's possible to do online. You could do online work with... You could do it with dial-up if you needed to. You don't need much at all to do online homework. Unless you're transferring big files. If you've got a big file that you got to send, it's going to be horrible. If you've got to send something that's like a gigabit, it's not going to be fun if you're running at like 5 megabytes a second. Or, yeah, it's going to be awful. I had to embarrass Sunshine. Thought about. She thought she knew her. Oh, Sunshine. I'm sorry I had to embarrass you in your big home with no internet that didn't know how SSDI works. She doesn't know that she's collecting SSDI under her work history. Whew. Some things in this country, it amazes me how they got along. Yeah, it amazes me. But either way, I'll probably be doing an FBI call tomorrow online or something. A follow up. But for now, I'm going to bed on my 18-inch thick mattress. I'm going to drink me another vitamin water. And sleep with my 8 pillows. No, the parent could work. You're wrong. The parent could still work and the child could get SSDI under the parent's work history. Yeah, I was just literally calling out a little bit of scams right now. That's where we got into this debate about SSDI. And people were telling me they didn't have no cash apps or payment plans in their things. Then I found out that they actually did, but they're not using it for some reason no more. Which is a red flag for me. Why is it not there anymore? And then somebody else says, oh no, we're using mine now. Yeah, to me, from that world, that's not bueno. It's no bueno. That taints what you're trying to do. It hurts what you're trying to do when you got people like that involved in it. And she probably figured, or got a call. Maybe she did get a call. But nobody had to call because they're going to find out anyway. They're going to call you and say, hey, your check's going to be deducted by $600 or $300 because you received this much money. So we're going to offset that by the income you made. And if you continue to do it, we're going to review you and suspend your payment completely. Because you're collecting this money and you're not supposed to be doing it. But no, I was not going to call on her. She just brought my name up, so I'm going to speak on it. Like I said, I always come on camera and tell people what I'm doing. I didn't call on her, don't know her name, wasn't calling her, don't care what she's doing. She just got to keep my name out her mouth. Or I will do it. I'll call the FBI, CIA, Homeland Security. I'll call Israel. I'll call everybody. I'll call other countries. I'll call other countries. I give no shits. Just keep my name out your mouth. Anyways, peace out. See you later. Anyways, peace out. See you later. Anyways, peace out. See you later.